do today is talk about the three main aspects of baseball, which can help you succeed whether you're a little leaguer, to a high school player, a college player, an amateur player, or a professional level, which includes the major leagues and minor league, AAA, all that. And then these three main aspects are hitting, catching, and throwing. When you perform these three functions, the fundamentals of baseball, you're going to automatically become a better baseball player. And by doing these things, you can help compete, help your team win on any of these levels that I just talked about. And the first aspect that I'm going to go over is hitting. Now, when you're hitting, whether it be at a professional or an amateur level or the little league, you're going to have to be there for your team and not for yourself. And by being there for your team, I mean that you're going to have to be unselfish and not worry about how much your average is, or how many home runs, or how many RBIs, or how many doubles or triples. And by this, I mean, if you come into a game and you're in the batter's box and your team is ahead or behind or anything, all you're worried about is getting on first base and not worried about hitting that home run. Because usually when players get greedy, and by greedy I mean going for the long ball, the home run, or going for doubles or triples, they're going to end up getting out. And when you're out, you're not helping your team at all. And then so, a few major points of the hitting aspect I'd like to talk about are pitch selection, which means you have to look for a fastball, because most players can handle a fastball from any level, and the fastball is a pitch that you want to hit, rather than an off-speed or breaking ball pitch like a curveball or a changeup. And when you get these kind of pitches, you're going to do your best to drive it and get on base. And a couple of things that you go over when you're hitting, your coach is going to ask you to maybe hit and run, or bunt, or, wait for maybe bunt for a hit or something like that. And when you do that, you're going to help your team win, because that's what your coach wants you to do. And that's the most important thing, is to help the team and help them get runs and win a game. And the second aspect I'm going to talk about today is catching. Now, when you catch a ball, you're going to either field it from the ground, field it from there by a pop fly or a fly ball. And then when you do that, you're going to get an out, obviously. And then when you do that, the only time you're going to be catching balls are on defense. And when you do that, they can be game changers. And when you make a game-changing play, it kind of swings the momentum in your team's favor, which, again, is unselfish, and it helps your team win ball games, which is the main goal of catching. And a few things you can do to help catching is play long toss, work on some kind of drills. There's many different drills you can do, and all the drills are basically the same from amateur to professional level. And you can go into maybe like a hat drill where you run around a cone and catch a fly ball, or you can be hit fungos, which are ground balls on the ground, and you can do these repeatedly. And when you do those, you're going to be a better baseball player just because of repetition. And repetition is going to be your best friend in baseball. And the third thing I'm going to talk to you about is throwing. Now, when you throw a baseball, not everyone thinks that you're going to throw like in some other sports. You have the quarterbacks for football, and that's basically the only way to think about. But you're going to, everyone on the baseball field has to throw. And then when you catch these ground balls, you're going to have to either throw them back to first base or get them back into the infield. And it's not all about pitching. But when you're pitching, you're going to have to throw a strike and get the batter out. That's your main goal, throwing. That's what everyone thinks. So when you pitch, you're going to have to get the batter out. But throwing in baseball is far more important than any other sport, because you're going to have to make an accurate throw to a target at any time. And it's not just one player on the team that has to do this. And when you do that, you're going to be a better baseball player and help your team win. And if you want to help your baseball player and be a better teammate, you're going to do all three of these things no matter what level you're on, and you're just going to help your team win. And by doing that, if you practice these three things, you're going to make a better baseball player for yourself and for your team, which is going to help you out if you do baseball in the future. And these are the only things I have to talk about today, so that's it.